Hey guys, I'm back again. I'm not dead yet. Sorry that there hasn't been a video in about a month or so, but I was busy doing other stuff, and I bought some new shelves for the game room. I rearranged the game room. It took some time, but I'm pretty much almost done. And I really did not find that much cool stuff over the last weeks. I did manage to find these two Secret of Mana and Terranigma big boxes at a flea market for 30 euros each, so that was kind of a nice find. But what I also found, well, I didn't really found it. I had a friend of mine buy it off eBay, actually from America about 2 months ago, and it finally arrived a couple of weeks ago. And that was this game here, this NCAA Football 2004 for the N-Gage. And this is the only NTSC exclusive game for the system, and now having this game I am at 54 out of 55 worldwide Nokia N-Gage releases, with only the mighty Sega Rally Championship missing for the set, but that was only released in Australia and I think Brazil, very limited number, so that will be pretty hard to get. But yeah, I thought I'd make a small video of my little collection here, going through some of these games. And with N-Gage you have two different types of games. You have the early releases that were released pretty close to the system's release, and those games were completely overproduced. They produced more games more copies of certain games than they actually sold systems, and of course it's pretty easy to see which ones they overproduced. It's games like FIFA Football 2004 or The Sims, I can't get it out right now, or Colin McRae 2005, and those are pretty easy to find. You can get them anywhere for like $2 or $3 sealed, and that's another thing. You find N-Gage games sealed very often. But there are also some late releases that were released about a year or so after the system's release, and that's basically the time where the N-Gage died out and nobody bought these games, and also those games were released in very limited numbers. So getting some of these games is very difficult, and some of these games are very rare, and by rare I mean actually you don't find them. You can look on eBay, but games like Civilization, this is probably the second hardest game to find besides Sega Rally. This game, I've seen one copy of it on the American eBay. I think it was a Canadian listing that sold for $299, and that was the only listing in the last 7 or 8 months or so. And I actually didn't expect the game to sell for that much, to be honest. But that was the only listing I found on the American eBay, and I didn't find one on the German eBay in the last like 7 or 8 months. It's ridiculous. And probably the third hardest game to find besides Civilization and Sega Rally is Warhammer 40k Glory and Death, which again is a game you don't find that often. You can find it. It's a bit more common than Civilization is, but again it's a game that doesn't come up very often, and if it does come up you really have to buy it instantly. But yeah, let's try to go through some of the other games we have here. I have them alphabetized. These look really cool on this shelf. They fit perfectly, 2 rows of 26 games, and then the Civilization and Warhammer in front. But yeah, we got Ash in here. This is a first-person shooter. This is one of the many N-Gage exclusive titles. N-Gage had a lot of exclusive, especially by the end of the life cycle. At first, they had some of the more popular franchises. We got Asphalt, Urban GT. The series is still on the DS, I think, and the a bit more uncommon Asphalt 2 Urban GT. Then we got the two Atari masterpieces. These are pretty hard to find, especially the second one. The first one you can get, the second one not so much. Yeah, they have just some classic Atari 2600 games on them. Pretty cool stuff. Then we got Bomberman. This is another very common game. Call of Duty. Yeah, N-Gage had a Call of Duty. Imagine playing Call of Duty on a cell phone. It's horrendous. Then Catan. This is a bit harder to get. Then of course Sega Rally. I mentioned this already. And Crash Nitro Kart. I think this was only also released on the GameCube. Then and an exclusive that's pretty popular. It's the Elder Scrolls Travel's Shadow Key. Yeah, if you want to play this, you gotta get yourself an N-Gage because this was only released on there. So for die-hard Elder Scrolls fans, there you go. Then we got the FIFA Football 2004 and 2005. These are some of the more common titles. And we got Ghost Recon, Glimmerati. This is a pretty rare racing game. This one is also fairly hard to get. This is High Seas, made by Red Links. This is a turn-based strategy game, and turn-based strategy games work really well on portable platforms, and so does this game. I'm a big fan of those type of games for handhelds. Then the King of Fighters Extreme. Yeah, beat 'em ups on a vertical screen. That always works. Marcel Desailly Pro Soccer, Mile High Pinball. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know I'm a big pinball fan for the PS3. This game, you know, it's on a vertical screen, so it does work. It's not perfect, but one of the better titles, I guess. Then we got MLB Slam. Let's take the other hand. It's getting darky because this is far in the back of the shelf. We got MotoGP. Got here the NCAA Football 2004, which I already mentioned. Got one. This is a fighting game. This is a bit more harder to get. Then Operation Shadow. I think this is a third-person shooter. Pandemonium. I think this is a direct port from the PlayStation 1 version. And finally, on this row we have Pathway to Glory, which is also one of the more common games on the system, and widely regarded as the best game on the system. So let's get these two out of the way for a second and look at the second row. And okay, we have the sequel to Pathway to Glory, Ikusa Islands, which is a lot harder to get, a late release game for the system. And we have, if I can get it out, come on, yeah, Pocket Kingdom. This is an MMO, which just about 2 years ago they shut down every services for the N-Gage, so you can't play this game anymore, and I really don't want to. It's still sealed. Then Puyo Pop and Puzzle Bobble versus puzzle games, obviously, that work very well on portable platforms. Rayman 3, Red Faction, Requiem of Hell, sorry. And we got I shouldn't have changed this. Okay, we got Rift's Promise of Power. This is still sealed. This used to be a very hard to find game for the N-Gage, but now you can get it actually. And yeah, this used to go for a lot of money, but now it doesn't anymore. Then The Roots Gates of Chaos. This is another very uncommon game. It's also an RPG, and it's an exclusive. So yeah, a lot of the late release games are some of the more popular ones. Then we got The Sims Bustin' Out. We got two Splinter Cell games. Yeah, they are nothing really special. We got Spider-Man 2, Sonic N. Yeah, imagine playing Sonic on a vertical screen. It's bullshit. Got SSX Out of Bounds. Got Super Monkey Ball. This is the Australian version. I don't know how I get that. We got Sealed System Rush. This is a Wipeout clone, and I love these type of games. This is still sealed. Yeah. We got Tiger Woods PGA Tour. Tomb Raider. I don't know. I know this is a port of a PlayStation 1 game, but I don't know of which PlayStation 1 game. I don't know if it's the first, or the second, or the third, or whatever. We got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. We got Virtua Tennis. Some of the classics in here. Worms World Party. This was also released on the PlayStation 1. Then WWE Aftershock. This is one of the harder to get sports games. It's not super uncommon, but you don't find this one anywhere. And then again, some of the rarer titles. Xanadu Next. Another N-Gage exclusive, late release, pretty hard game to get. And the last two games are X-Men Legends, and finally the harder to find X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse. You can get this on the Xbox as well, and the GameCube, and I think even the PS2, so you don't have to get an N-Gage if you want to play that. But yeah, some good stuff here on the N-Gage. I had a lot of fun collecting this. I got lucky with the rares. One of my earlier videos, I got most of the rares pretty much all in one shop, and I really don't regret that. I got a really good deal on them. So yeah, I'm hoping to get Sega Rally at one point to complete the worldwide set. I have the North American and European set basically complete now. But yeah, it's only one game left. I'd like to get it just to have the set complete. Would be my first complete worldwide set. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to make some more pickup videos in the near future. And I'll see you all then. Peace.